And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We appreciate you spending some time with us here, and thanks to all the phone calls, a lot of people reaching out to the show, supporting the real estate company, all of our expert contributors, white-collar, blue-collar companies, all of the best local companies right here in Tampa Bay that we bring on the show, and they serve as a consumer advocate, always helping you win in any marketplace, helping you here in Tampa Bay. We have Dr. Scott Anderson joining us here in studio. Christmas tips to avoid family feuds. Also, I want to bring up those Chat GPT, those AI bots that are going off causing suicide. There's a recent story out of the Epoch Times. The suicides and delusions lawsuits point toward the dark side of AI chatbots. I want to talk with him about that. That's been in the news lately. Also, Russell Peach joins us in studio, back in studio, owner of Peach Painting. We're going to talk with him about his businesses, residential and commercial painting right here in Tampa Bay. Also a flooring company as well. Consumer Quarterback Show online at consumerqb.com. We're setting records now on social media, almost to 1 million views. So I want to thank the production team for that. We're almost there. So go to consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors, and subscribe to the YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe because we're almost to 1 million views. We're also, of course, on Rumble. We've got our podcast and all of the other placements out there as well on social media. As you know, we always like to feature our real estate listings live on air, and part of a strategy that helps us sell faster for more money with less headaches, maximizing the exposure on the sale of our real estate listings. So we'd love to talk to you about yours. If you're buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. I do have my mortgage license as well as a top real estate team here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We got a property at 369 West Winds Drive right here in beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida. Bring your boat. Bring your jet skis. This is a boater-friendly community. This is a 322. You have 14 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot. Primary bedroom ensuite showcasing dual vanities. Renovation job completed here. Beautiful property. You have that large kitchen island, stainless steel appliances. Gorgeous update on the bathrooms. Got that really cool and newer look on the tile. 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor, Florida. You have a conservation view in the back. And just down the road, you also have a boat dock. So you can back your boat down in the boat ramp, and you have access to the Gulf of America. Enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest. And a great opportunity. This is a golf cart community, clubhouse as well, optional membership there. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage at 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor, Florida. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We also have 12948 Twin Bridges Drive in Riverview. This is a gorgeous property right here in Hillsborough County. 4 bedrooms, 4-bath, 3-car garage, 35 square feet, just under a quarter-acre lot. You have a beautiful home here. I love the layout, the floor plan, open concept in the kitchen, large, beautiful, large island there with the granite countertops, and you have the stainless steel appliances, of course. Beautiful tile with that wood look. And you have a gorgeous lanai overlooking the conservation view. This is a beautiful home, 2-story home, 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview, Florida. We just did a price improvement. And this one's in Triple Creek. And the community has 3 community pools, splash pad, 2 clubhouses, 2 fitness centers, playgrounds, tennis and basketball courts, dog park, and walking trails, all with low HOA fees. Check out 12948 Twin Bridges Drive, Riverview, Florida. And you can see all of our listings and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
And yeah, I'm racing my class to those saving our ass overseas.
All right, Dr. Scott Anderson back in studio. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Yes, sir.
To
Merry
everybody
Christmas
out there getting that spirit.
That's right. Yeah, it's that time of year. Christmas tips to avoid family feuds.
Yeah, this is the season where family comes into town, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of give you some tips on how to avoid the family feud.
I love it.
And this also addresses like politics and stuff, especially if family members that have a split political view.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of that going on.
Quite a bit. So because there's such polarization of different views, especially with politics, this is how to prepare for it. The first one that I'll give you is to set boundaries for appropriate subject matter. It's important to have these boundaries ahead of time. You don't decide it there when you're calling up and Uncle Joe's going to be coming over, and he's a diehard, tree hugger from the 60s, and he's, very liberal. And you have to draw the boundaries. Say, listen, Uncle Joe, we can't have any of that mischief going on here. If you want to talk about it at another time, it's not appropriate for the holidays.
Yeah.
So while you're here, we just ban any kind of political talk.
For the betterment of the family.
For the betterment of the family.
Let's enjoy the time together.
Exactly. And then the second is focus on what matters. This is about family. This is about kids.
Yeah.
This is about, the hope and the joy and goodwill. So you have to focus on what's the purpose of it, which we're going to get into a little bit later anyways. So what is the actual purpose and meaning of Christmas? I think a lot of people have forgotten about it. So you focus on what matters, family, kids. There's nothing better than seeing the joy and excitement on a child's face. Especially you have a brand new addition to the family. So to watch them open up a present or be present and all that stuff, and watch your other kids, how they, jump around and play with all their new toys. That's incredible to watch and kind of relive your own innocence a little bit and enjoy the moment. And then, keep active. That's why I say it's good if you've got family there, because you can be active. You play fun games. You move around. You're eating. You play with the toys with the kids and engage in family activities.
Yeah.
Get out there and do something active with it. You don't have to just sit around and drink and watch the game.
The parents get to get active when it comes time to opening up the box.
Of course.
Everything together.
Yeah, I was going to say they don't have a choice.
Getting all the tools out and putting some of those things.
That's probably about the worst time for them, having to put everything together, and then the cleanup crew. So be active, help out. Like I said, this is about family, so we all want to kind of pitch in a little bit. If you're a family member and you're going over to the person's house and they've, invited you into their home, they're cooking food, they're presenting all this wonderful stuff, this merriment. Be active, help out a little bit. For goodness sakes, clean up a little bit, take the, you know what I mean? Help out, be part of it. Instead of, they're not there to cater to you. So help out a little bit, or at least ask. Be polite.
Bring over dessert.
And then avoid too much alcohol. Boy, I can't emphasize this. I tell you, 99% of the conflict comes from what? Yeah, Uncle Joe having a little too many and disregarding the rules and the boundaries and starting to talk politics because he has no more inhibitions. And then people in kind who are drinking too much love to respond. And next thing you know, they're wrestling around in the backyard and the kids are going, Daddy, what's happening? And then you have, obviously some conflict with that. The other one is
get called.
Have a strategy, have an exit strategy. There's been times where I've gone to events in the past where I'm like, well, how am I going to get out of here if things start to go sideways? Maybe Uncle Joe just can't handle it, and then he starts going. Have an exit strategy planned ahead of time. Hey, listen, I just got a phone call. I got to get out of here and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't fall into the chaos or the traps, especially with family members, and all agree to, keep it together. So if one person starts to go off the rail, everybody correct them. Be a united front. Hey, listen, this is about family. This is our Christmas time. We don't want all that stuff. And if they drink too much,
let me ask you a question. Dr. Scott Anderson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Share the Love Charities, Addiction Recovery Care Tampa. Because you didn't have as much polarization back in the 80s and 90s.
Absolutely
right?
not.
It just wasn't so topical. It wasn't top of mind. information didn't travel as quickly.
Of course.
So it just seemed like it was a lot cooler and easier, and there were other problems, to deal with.
You were more focused on community. We were more hands-on. We didn't have the matrix that was pushing propaganda and division like it is now 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah. So that's why it's more pronounced now, is because it's literally rammed down your throat.
It really is.
It really is.
It's the, kind of when you think about the end times, right? I mean, you think about, by the way, Dinesh D'Souza has one on Salem Now called Dragon's Prophecy. And it talks about Israel. It talks about the four heifers, October 7th.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, it's a really interesting watch if you haven't seen that one, kind of into that topic. But I also wanted to get to this chatbot conversation.
Sure.
But I don't want to interrupt your flow.
No, that was it. Just have an exit strategy. Those are my top 5. If you do that, you should be pretty safe.
I love that. And then so the article here is Suicides and Delusions. Lawsuit points to dark side of AI chatbots.
Yeah.
So here's the questions. Here's what you got to look at. Plaintiffs allege ChatGPT coached users into delusion and suicide. OpenAI says it's working to strengthen the platform. Here's the questions. Can an artificial intelligence chatbot twist someone's mind to the breaking point, push him to reject his family, or even go so far as to coach him to commit suicide? And if it did, is the company that built the chatbot liable? What would need to be proven in a court of law? Those are the questions.
Sure. Yeah. Those are I don't want to say difficult, but they're complex. One is children, and we learned this from the studies about, violent cartoons, violent movies, violent music in the 80s. We did a lot of research on that, and we found that children that are predisposed to anxiety, hyperactivity, aggression, depression, they're more vulnerable to those types of stimulus. Children that are stable and consistent and are raised reasonably well are not very influenced by that. So the answer is yes and no. Yes, if the child is already unstable in a unstable household and is vulnerable to anxiety, depression, aggression, then those things could manipulate and influence greatly.
Yeah,
absolutely, without
and also,
question.
You look at also this is, I had Kevin Sorbo on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I had Andrew. He's a local producer, Andrew Tebow.
Yep,
so
I met them both.
Prescription. It's called Prescription to Kill. It's the series that's on Salem Now.
Yeah,
and a lot of these school shootings, even the FSU shooter.
Yep.
The Vegas shooter. A lot of them are on these benzodiazepines. The
SSRIs, or antidepressants and anti-anxiety pills.
And
all of the shooters over the last, I think, 10 years, every single one was on either or.
Xanax, Paxil.
Benzodiazepines, opiates, opioids, partial opiate agonists, and SSRIs.
So you have those. So think if a kid's on those as well, and he's being coached by a chatbot, it'll be really interesting to see how these play out. But it's okay because there's only 700 million active users.
Right.
With 58% of the young adults younger than 30 saying that they have used it up by 43% from 2024. So it's growing.
It's going to be commonplace. Unless that's the future. And they're making a push to make this in every single school, every computer. This is going to be the norm.
Yeah.
So we better prepare. And to answer the other question is, if it's up, this is where parenting comes in, and you have to monitor what your children are listening to.
Yes.
Is a well-adjusted 18-year-old kid going to be influenced to the point of suicide? Highly unlikely, extremely improbable.
Right. Exactly.
But will a young kid that's confused and from a broken home and seeking some type of comfort and belonging to something, who listens to this, and AI is biased. So that's my big concern. And yes, I think that needs to be addressed, and there has to be rules in place. Right now, it's a free-for-all, and it's mostly run by liberal ideation. And
Silicon
the information that these AI bots are getting is from these information sites online. And those information sites aren't regulated.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with it is it's got a lot of biased information. I mean,
they're manipulated by the left. They're, especially Google. You pull up Google, you search something like during the election cycle.
Wikipedia in particular, 90% of all AI is generated through the information generated on Wikipedia, which is unbelievably biased.
Unbelievably slanted. Yeah, it's all slanted. And that's what you find. And even during the election cycle, remember you Google something with Trump and, it's going to hide it. And then you Google.
Exactly. They suppress.
Kamala, it's going to be, she's the best. She's, sliced bread. And then her, it's like.
Exactly.
It's unbelievable. But Dr. Scott Anderson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. This is an interesting topic because you're also talking about setting precedent in a lawsuit, in a courtroom.
Yep.
That's
they did it for parents, which I was a fan of, because if I'm going to err, I'm going to err to the side that's going to help.
Where the responsibility
is always going to be, and then we can always correct it.
That school shooting?
Yeah.
There was one school shooting, if I'm not correct, where the parents
were saying, two now.
The parents were at fault because it's like, hey, you got to find out what they have. You allowed
there
access
was consequences for them for their responsibility in that part that they played, which is a huge part.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of that. If I have to, break 2 eggs to make the whole omelet, well, guess what? The 2 eggs are getting broke. You know what I mean? So if I have to sacrifice one person to save 10, I'm okay with that.
Just don't eat the yolk. It's not good for you.
Exactly.
Just kidding. All right, quick break. Right back. Dr. Scott Anderson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More with him. We're going to talk about Christmas tips to avoid family feuds. Also, a little bit more on the AI chatbots and whatever else is topical. We'll discuss that here coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my good friend Brandon Rimes. Stay tuned.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. A.R.C. Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ARSCreole.com. A.R.C. Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ARSCreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20 plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
We're back, Consumer Quarterback Show. Dr. Scott Anderson in studio with us. We were talking about the chat bots, AI bots, also the holidays, the Christmas time. What is the reason for the season? Jesus is the reason for the season. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment and get final thoughts from Dr. Scott Anderson here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We got a property at 3308 Landing Place. This one's in Palm Harbor. Beautiful home, 3.5. You got a 2-car garage there. You have over 3,000 square feet, 3/4 acre lot, a private pool, outdoor entertainment area, private marina with boat slips, and a ramp out onto Lake Tarpon, gated tennis and basketball courts, waterfront park, and playground. 3308 Landing Place, Palm Harbor, Florida. Beautiful home right here in Cobb's Landing, Palm Harbor, and that is beautiful Pinellas County. Another great listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 12255 US Highway 27. This one's in Ocala. Vacant land. We've got about a dozen vacant land parcels for sale. So if you're looking to buy land, we'd love to talk to you. This one in Ocala on US 27 is over 3 acres of land, residential zoning. Build your dream home or potentially establish a world-class horse farm. Tranquility of country living unparalleled. This is close to the prestigious Golden Ocala Country Club, just around the corner. So check out 12255 North US Highway 27, Ocala, Florida. Another great listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And you can see all of our listings. Search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio TV show experts at consumerqb.com.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
Buy some dirt. All right, Dr. Scott Anderson back in studio. Jesus is the reason for the season. What's Christmas all about?
Yeah, Christmas, listen, it's twofold as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, the birth of Jesus Christ, okay? And to believe to be the Son of God who manifests himself as God on earth, and the Savior, the world's Savior. So we have to understand that that's a Christian holiday signifying love, hope, and salvation. Okay, that he sacrificed for sins so that we have a pathway to eternal life.
Yes. So
that's the precedent that is set in terms of our celebration for Christmas. Okay. Yeah. Now, secondary to that, it's a major cultural event. This has been adopted because, again, what was the United States based off? Christianity, beliefs and morals and values. So it's a secular traditions involved in there. So the secular traditions involved, like gift giving, the decoration of the tree, Santa. But the overall theme is love, hope, charity, goodwill, family community, giving back and being part together to celebrate humanity in a loving, caring, giving way. So that's what I want people to really take from this. And, Christmas means Christ's Mass, the Mass of Christ. So first and foremost, give thanks for our salvation through the belief that Jesus Christ died for your sins. Second to that is, listen, it's okay to be celebrate the culture and to give gifts and Santa Claus and for the kids and stuff. But first, make sure they understand what it's about.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's the Judeo-Christian. And that's what made this country great. That's what makes it great. It's the second Exodus in a lot of beliefs, right? It's the Exodus from King George and the tyranny that he was bringing. Exactly. They said, hey, we got to get out of here. We don't like this. So they come across this, daunting. I mean, it took months to travel across the sea back then. And then here we go. We have the best absolute entrepreneurial Christian country, and it's being attacked right now from a lot of different purposes.
Of course,
you got radical Islam coming into our country. There's a lot of things that are going on.
That's why these holidays are so important, to embrace real spirit of it, the real meaning of it.
Yes.
And like I said, with the Charlie Kirk movement, this is the time to really start to embrace what this is all about. And it's fun to have the secular traditions involved with it, but remember the real word of it.
Teach your children that.
Exactly.
A.R.C. of TampaBay.com. A.R.C. of TampaBay.com. Dr. Scott Anderson, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Great message today, brother. I appreciate
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy Holidays.
And make sure you go check out Charlie Kirk's book, final book, tops Amazon bestsellers So check it out. Stop in the Name of God, honoring the Sabbath. All right, coming up, Russell Peach on the Consumer Quarterback Show, online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, thanks for hanging with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Welcome back. We got Russell Peach joining us. He's the owner of Peach Painting, local entrepreneur, business owner here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Does a great job. And we'll talk a little bit more about how to choose a contractor, tips on how to choose a contractor. He's also hiring right now, hiring more sales reps, office staff. So we'll talk to him about that. Also, company culture as well. I've got a clip I want to play also from Howard Lutnick talking about the future and jobs outlook and, a lot of tariff money coming in from overseas, a lot of cool things happening. I think 2026 is going to be a banner year, not only here in the state of Florida, but, in other states as well. So we'll jump into that here coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, and always helping our sellers sell faster for more money with less headaches, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. And we've got some great opportunities here in beautiful Tampa Bay and beyond. We've got a bar for sale also, 5402 West US Highway 92, Plant City. The Finish Line Saloon is for sale, 16 square feet. You have about a third of an acre lot. You have the coveted COP license, 4 COP license right here. This one's in Plant City, and that license will allow you to take that to on locations for different festivals. You got to file for the permit and all that. But yeah, you've got a bar for sale right here in Tampa Bay, 5402 West Highway 92. You got the real estate, you got the business, you got the jukebox, the pool tables, website, established online presence, flat screen TVs, 16 taps, ice machines, TVs, and all that is included. Great opportunity there as well. Let's stick with the business theme here. We got 7154 Shoreline Boulevard. Yes, the Weeki Wachee Marina is for sale from the Platinum MVP team. 3/4 acre lot. This one's over $3 million listing of ours. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You're buying the business, the land. You have, of course, multiple income streams here as well. You got rental income coming in from the John Boat, kayak, paddleboard rentals, dock space as well being rented out. You have the retail that is offering fishing and boating supplies. You have an ice machine, one of those big machines where you come in, you have your cooler there, so you got a lot of income coming in from that. Also a live-in manager on site. You got an Airbnb rental there or a live-in manager. And you have servicing and repair operations. It's an authorized Suzuki servicer right here in Weeki Wachee, Florida, 7154 Shoreline Boulevard. The Weeki Wachee Marina is for sale from the Platinum MVP team. It's one of our 45 to 50 listings right here in Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com and all of our radio, TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make
all right, Russell Peach, welcome back in, my friend.
Brandon, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Busy time of year for you?
Yeah, we were super busy. Now we're ramping up for the new year, so it slows down a little bit right around Thanksgiving, people prepping for Christmas, having family come in and such. But right after that, it's right back to the grind.
Yeah, man. Gangbusters. So Peach Painting, tell us a bit about the company, a little bit about the company culture, what makes you different.
Yeah. So Peach Painting, of course, been in business 10 years now, and now within the last few years, we've really focused more so on the customer-facing side because the first 6 years, we were just strictly commercial painters. Now, company culture is going to be a huge thing. Client experience is going to be our number one focus. So we dump a ton of time into team development, personal development. We want people to just be better people so that they can perform better professionally as well. And all of the development we bring, take them all to events. We're actually going to take our entire team to Arizona to a big event in about 30 days from now.
Nice.
So this is all company culture things because the more you dump into them, the better the client experience will be, the more polished that will be.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a a capital expenditure on your side,
Sure.
investing in the company,
Sure.
and helping your staff and your team skill up, man.
Yeah, but what that does too is it just levels them up in life, personally and professionally, and we're able to just perform at our highest. And I'm sure we all know there's unscrupulous contractors out there that are just out there to make a quick buck, and they don't care about the client experience. They don't care if they leave a bad job behind and leave the homeowner high and dry. So that's why we just focus on taking a different approach.
Yeah, I can tell you firsthand experience. First class operation, does a great job. Everybody from the initial rep that I spoke with that did the estimate to the team on site, they were super nice and did everything from making sure their shoes were covered or whatever coming in, not tracking into the house, and just taping up everything really nicely. The oversight team, James, and the management team that kind of oversaw the job, coming and checking up on it. Everything was great, man. So I can give firsthand experience, first class operation. Russell Peach Painting, highly recommend them here in Tampa Bay. And you also have a flooring company too, right?
Yeah. No, first, I appreciate the feedback and such. We try to do 20 to 40 jobs residential every single week. Right now, we're closer to the 20 jobs a week, but in busy season, around 40 jobs a week. So it's just the same repeatable process that we just try to deliver top tier on every single time. Awesome. The flooring business, it's pretty new. We probably only do about like 4 homes a week, 3 to 4 homes a week. So we're not doing much volume. It's mostly a add-on to the painting service because a lot of our clients, they are going to paint their full home. Then they're also going to do flooring. And just kept hearing time and time again, man, I love your company. You did such a great job. Phenomenal experience. I am only praying that I can find a flooring company that will deliver the same thing. So, hey, one-stop shop. Our project managers are well versed in managing both, or we have a designated flooring project manager whenever things get really busy. Designated installers for the flooring. We won't have our painters install your flooring. We're not jack of all trades. We're specialists, just in separate divisions of the company.
Yeah, that's super cool. I love that, man. Just vertically integrating, growing the business, growing the team, and it comes from the demand side.
Sure.
The demand was there, and it's like, hey, this makes a lot of sense. Let's roll it out.
For sure. And then the company culture, back to that as well, it makes our reps happier because now they're able to just captivate, help more homeowners and help them with a larger project than just the one project, and kind of like, hey, good luck on your flooring, but now they're able to help further. So it's back to company culture as well.
Yeah, that's super awesome. And let's talk about that too. When you start, you think about, as a consumer out there, how do they select a realtor? How do they select a contractor, for example?
Sure.
Do you have any tips when it comes to hiring a contractor?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing is, check their communication first. If you're calling their phone and nobody answers, takes them 2 days to get back. They answer and they're, hey, I'm 40 foot up on a ladder, can't chat right now, I'll call you later. There's a lot of deeper things that you can think about from the business operations standpoint than just the fact that the person who answered is on a ladder. They probably don't have office administration. They probably don't have project management. They probably don't have sales consultants.
Right.
Within all of that, if somebody's busy on a ladder now and later on they might be busy, they might start my project, then they might start, I have to go run a sales appointment. Now they only take half days on your project if you end up hiring them. There's project management issues. That job could be delaying because they might not have a big team. So there's a lot of deeper things that you can depict just from a simple phone call and if they're not available.
Yeah, that's so important, man, and making sure you have that staff. And that's one of the things that we do on our team is that we want to overwhelm our clients with that customer service side as well.
Sure.
One of my first jobs out of school was working at the Ritz-Carlton. So,
Nice.
First class service that, if someone asks, where's the restroom at? You don't point, just go around the corner, go that way. No, you walk them there.
Sure.
You take that time to build the rapport, build
Sure.
the relationship, give them that first class service.
Yep.
And, we do that. We have transaction coordinators, admin staff, marketing assistants, closing assistants. And, I also like the Tony Robbins idea of success leaves clues, right? So if you look at competition or you look at successful businesses, you can replicate it. You do a little R&D. They call it, research and development, or you can call it rip off and duplicate, right?
Yep.
So you R&D it and you look at, hey, what's been a successful team? We know that a lot of the problems with real estate is the feedback.
Sure.
You know, hey, this agent showed my property. I never heard how it went. I didn't even get feedback on the open house we did last weekend. So we know that feedback is number one, customer feedback,
Sure.
making sure they're in the loop. So we make sure we, have all those systems in place. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Russell Peach here in studio. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, Keller Williams Realty, and he is Peach Painting. I also have a big optimistic outlook for 2026. I think with so much going on, not only with Governor DeSantis and what the Doge team, the Florida Doge, has done. They've identified $1.86 billion in wasteful spending so far in the state of Florida. We're talking about eliminating property taxes in the state of Florida. There's also rumors about potentially eliminating that federal income tax from President Trump. We know we have about $19 trillion so far coming in from overseas. We've got foreign investments, and of course our companies, a lot of the tech companies and others investing in Florida. But I wanted to play this quick clip here from Howard Lutnick, on the jobs and GDP and expectations.
No, it's not tariffs. Remember, you had the Democratic shutdown, right? And what do you think happens to small business? The people who do business with the U.S. government, they know they're not getting paid, so they sort of slow down their projects. So you saw a little bit even of construction of small business down. So the Democratic shutdown hurt the numbers. And then remember, as you deport people, that's going to suppress private job numbers of small businesses. But they'll rebalance and they'll regrow. So I think this is just a near-term event. And you'll see as the numbers come through over the next couple of months, you'll see that all pass. And next year, the numbers are going to be fantastic. I think because the jobs of building in America, as Donald Trump talks about, President Trump talks about the huge construction projects coming to America, I think you're going to see GDP next year superb, over 4%.
Yeah, through the roof. GDP through the roof. You're going to have all these different jobs coming in, not only to Florida, but the United States. You have technology expanding, AI. You have the tariffs, all the tariff money that's coming in, the external revenue service, and there's probably a few things that I'm overlooking right there just in that quick little jolt. But, there was a temporary setback due to the Democratic shutdown and those types of things. But also the big, beautiful bill in 2026, a lot of those things are finally going to kick in. They haven't even kicked in fully. So you got deregulation that helps business owners, that frees up capital for business owners. And then you're going to have, of course, a lot of the tax incentives. So when people start getting those tax rebates, they're going to be like, wow, we got a lot more money this year than we did the last few years. So I'm looking forward to a nice 2026. And yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. 2026. So the last quarter of 2024, which maybe the second half of the quarter three as well, usually starts to slow down in our industry. And we just experience a huge uptick in calls. Now, of course, Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming around now, so things are starting to go down now.
Yeah.
But we're prepping hard for 2026.
Yeah.
In 2025, we already saw an uptick, which was unusual in my industry. Usually a lot of painters dip down. We were able to help 4 times the amount of clients this year than we were last year. So huge uptick already in 25. Now with the upstream that we got a huge spike from our Google, our marketing, Facebook marketing and such, getting a ton more clients in the second half of the year. So that's goes back to why we're trying to hire more sales consultants, more project managers. The demand is just growing. So many people are moving here. I love to call it mini Miami here in Tampa because I believe in 10 years, 5-10 years, it's going to look like Miami down here.
Yeah.
So now we launched the commercial division. We started focusing a lot more on separating a designated commercial division. And with all these large facilities that are either being built or have been built and are ready for the routine maintenance, just more properties that we can help that we have to paint.
I love that. What's your biggest challenge right now?
Biggest challenge right now is management team, finding and keeping management team. We have great managers, but to be able to scale it beyond, that's the only thing that's really, really, I don't want to necessarily say bottlenecking us, but stunning our growth a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about the labor force? Because, there's a lot of talk about ICE, immigration, and
Sure.
these types of things. And, of course, they do flock to the trades sometimes.
Absolutely.
Of course, there's a segment that strictly is dealing with agriculture. There's a segment there, but you're kind of in that ballpark, so to
100%.
speak, when it comes
Definitely.
to the trades. What do you see there?
Yeah, no, you're right. Painters is mostly a Latino ran industry. Of course, there's a lot of people that are non-Latino, but majority are. And agriculture definitely got hit hard.
Yeah.
I know of a lot of other companies that got hit hard and they lost a lot of their labor force because of this. But we haven't lost any of our crews. We make sure that we run full background checks, everything that makes sure that they're legitimate.
Yeah.
But secondary, the only thing that I have started to notice, we are still able to find a lot more labor, but it's starting to come with a little bit more of a price.
Right.
So now, of course, that leads back to end client as well, which is just unfortunate for us all around. For a while, we just eat gross profits. We'll bring our numbers down internally so we can keep our pricing the same, but our cost for actually getting the jobs done are going up.
Yeah.
Sherwin-Williams, for example. So that's one part of price increases. Sherwin-Williams hitting everybody with the 8% increase starting next year as well.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think
now, did they do an increase? Sorry to interject.
Yeah.
Did they do an increase last year too?
They did an increase every year for the last 4 years.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago we got hit like 3 price increases in a single year.
Wow. Back in the COVID years.
Yeah.
The China virus.
That's exactly what
came
happened.
across from China. All right. So, hey, that's good insights, though. I thank you for that. That's really insightful,
sure.
man. You look at the cost of goods sold, you look at the inputs, and you look at the labor. Those are obviously your two factors there. So more with Russell Peach coming up. Russell Peach Painting. Support the local economy by supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show and all of our expert contributors. These are local-based companies right here in Tampa Bay. Solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, business owners, small, medium-sized companies mostly here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So it really means the world to us to support the local economy. Don't just jump on Google, start plugging in, hey, work with the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to plug you in. There's going to be some accountability there too. We have great feedback here with everybody on the Consumer Quarterback Show. You can see all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com, and feel free to reach out to the show hotline. We'd love to talk to you and plug you into our network here. So Peach Painting, also flooring company as well. More with Russell Peach coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, Consumer Quarterback Show. Russell Peach in studio with us. He's the owner of Peach Painting, a local contractor here in Tampa Bay. Also a great flooring company here in Tampa Bay. Work locally, shop local. And I want to get into this Florida first from Ron DeSantis. The new budget just came out, and we'll touch base on that here as well. A lot of good things in that budget, of course, as you come to expect from a first-class governor like Ron DeSantis. We got a couple of hot listings here in Tampa Bay. 3222 Jackson Drive, Holiday. This is a single-family home, owner-motivated property, Holiday, Florida. 1126 square feet. Beautifully furnished lakefront home in Holiday, Florida. You have gorgeous lake views, direct access to both Lake Conley and Lake Nash through a peaceful canal. Check out 3222 Jackson Drive, Holiday, Florida. Beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We got a listing here at, let's take a look at our 5026 Mueller's Lane, Safety Harbor. This one is vacant land. Buy some dirt, build a home right here in Safety Harbor, Pinellas County. 3/4 of an acre lot. That's hard to find in Pinellas County. You are close to downtown, so you can walk to the restaurants and shops there. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 5026 Mueller's Lane, Safety Harbor. And you can see all of our listings online at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Search the MLS there. And you can also see all of our radio, TV show expert contributors and local business owners at consumerqb.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so Floridians first, Ron DeSantis budget proposal. This is interesting. This just came out recently here. This is the governor's budget proposal. So you got education, you got teacher pay increase there, $30.6 billion funding for K through 12 public schools, a new record. You have also transportation, $15.4 billion for the Department of Transportation, the DOT. Law enforcement, military, you have $91.7 million going to support National Guard facilities, guardsmen seeking higher education degrees, retention bonuses, etc. Environment and natural resources, you have $1.4 billion for Everglades and water quality projects. That's perfect to help make sure the Everglades are still protected and you don't have those algae blooms, those red tide blooms. Looks like you got $278 million here for cancer research, including $40 million for cancer collaborative incubators. Fiscal strength, $300 million reserved for support ongoing property tax relief conversations. $1.09 billion to increase reserves for Florida's fiscal year 26. So you're increasing the reserves as well. Great opportunity right there. I love that. Great stuff happening in the state of Florida, the free state of Florida. That means more people are going to be moving here, more demand, Russell.
Here we go.
It's going to be a good 26.
That's what it is.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man. So let's see here. What else we got going on? So you think about, 2026, you think about, going forward, entrepreneur, business owner. There's always challenges. There's you think about a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. You kind of look at the end of the year. What do you look at going forward into 2026?
Yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to mindset, and I think I know a lot of owners and entrepreneurs and small businesses took a big hit this year in 2025, and I think that a lot of the companies that feel hits when market goes down, or let's say quote unquote economy goes down, I think it's just in your head, because for us, whenever everything slows down, we hit the gas even harder. We'll dump more money into marketing, more money into systems, more money into people. Yeah. And if we don't make that much on our bottom line, hey, that's fine. Well, we're still growing the business because we had to spend more to be able to acquire more for the bigger picture.
I love that.
So I think, things go down and people get it in their head, oh, I'm going to lose all my money, I'm going to lose my house, lose everything. Yep. But I think those are usually the companies that get affected the worst.
Poor me, limiting beliefs.
Yep.
Exactly. And what I always say, too, is especially right in a down market as a real estate agent, if we get more listings are like, remember the video games where you get double bonus points, the Mario, whatever, boom, 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 you get double bonus. That's a double bonus because it's harder to get listing right now. And when that market swings back, we're going to be in a better position. We're going to grab more market share.
Yeah, and why I love you're hearing your stuff on the realty side, and when you were talking about the client experience too, business is business at the end of the day, and to not overcomplicate it, there's a lot of direct correlations from unscrupulous quote unquote contractors to quote unquote unscrupulous realtors as well. Yep. And it's amazing to see that you guys know how to take a different approach to it that a lot of realtors don't, and likewise on the contractor side for us.
Right on. Good stuff. Russell Peach, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Of course, yeah, thanks for having me.
We had Dr. Scott Anderson on as well. Share the Love Charities Addiction Recovery Care. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And thank you so much for supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're online at consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.